I'm tackling these side windows now. They're in pretty horrible condition. The track is basically gone. The bottom track anyway. The hardware is in bad shape. This still works. I'm missing one of these things. I guess it's in a bucket somewhere. But I gotta get this bottom track all cleaned out. The kit that I got from Rover's North includes all the tracks all the way around the window. And I think it'll be pretty nice when I get it done. The window glass itself is okay. But the track is rusted out. And these things are the old tracks. What's left of it were held in place with these little common flat blade screws that were extremely difficult to get out. Some of them came right out like butter, but for the most part they really fought me, and I had to grind a lot of them off. You got two tracks up here on the top. There's only one left on here now. I've gotten one out. And two tracks on the bottom. And you have to get these top and bottom tracks out to get the glass out. You at least have to remove the top one. And you can get to all the screws with the glass in place, sliding it back and forth. So that if you had to do this on a real car, you'd be able to pull it off. But and I ordered new tracks, and I got them in from Rover's North, and but then I found that the glass has, one of the pieces of glass has this wiper on it. It's supposed to be a seal that slides along the other pane of glass and seals out drafts. And they carry it at the different parts places, and so I'm gonna get that on order today, but it keeps me from putting this thing back together until I have that. This gives you an idea how bad the tracks were. This bottom one is just a rusted away piece of junk. Top, and there's tracks at the front and the back here. They were in decent shape. The top ones, they were serviceable, but I'm gonna replace them all. Have to grind away this rusty stuff. You can't even see the screws here anymore. They gone. So I'll do some grinding and get this thing out of here. Alright, got all the track out. It's ugly under there, but I can start putting the new track in. It's here in the packages. Let me bust that open and see what it looks like. Here's the two bottom sections just laid in place. I had to do a little judicious trimming on them. They were a little bit too long to drop down in there. But the angle grinder solved the problem. So now I can screw them in place. These can be in place, I guess, and put the windows in. Yeesh, I don't know. We'll figure that out. I'm putting off doing the other side for right now because its windows are still sitting in the track. On the other side, a window had actually fallen out. This has got some really interesting moss growing down in here. It's probably some endangered species. But I'll get to this one another time. Back to work on these sliding windows. I've gotten the two bottom tracks in, and the outer piece of glass is sitting in here. It's held in place by the front track that's up there that you can't see very well. And I'm in the process now, so I've done the back track. There's a spacer piece right here, that right here, that gaps this out to catch this inner window. And now I'm working on the upper track, and it's harder. I've drilled the holes in it. There are two tracks up here, obviously, to hold the two pieces of glass. I've drilled holes in them, and now I'm gonna, I drilled the holes in the tracks. Now I'm gonna come along and drill the holes in the top here to take the screws using a 7/64 drill bit with 1/8 screws. I've been really hesitant about screwing in this top track up here, but as it turned out, it was very, very easy to get the first one in anyway. I went along with this little miniature screwdriver and found my holes that I had pre-drilled in there and marked it with a pencil mark, which we can't seem to focus on. Anyway, you see the pencil mark there. And drilled my 7/64 hole, and boom, the screws just went right up in there. So I've got 5 of them in this outer track, and I'll do 5 on the inner track. This window project is basically complete. I still have to deal with the hardware that latches it into different open positions, but the windows are in their tracks fully secured. Got the wiper in the middle of the window here, and it all slides nicely and does what it's supposed to do. There's one slid open, slide it back, slide this one open, slide it back. It fits into its the end track on either side of the window to kind of seal things up. So I think we can call this one a wash. Like I said, I still have to deal with this mounting hardware. These little things up here. Right back here, I've just got a hole in the glass, as you can see. But I'm going to take care of that at some point, but it's not critical right now. What's behind you?